Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Okay guys, got a post here from the Hedera Foundation and they say, we're pleased to see IO Finance, the first on-chain RWA credit marketplace for supply chain finance, launch its payment network on Hedera to tackle the $2.5 trillion global trade gap. Okay, let's get into it. Today's system is designed by bankers for bankers, squeezing the people who actually make things. Combating this, IO Finance is a new, unique payment network on Hedera that utilizes untapped liquidity in the crypto markets to pay suppliers instantly. The result is an, quote, on-chain credit card machine, unquote, for suppliers and a three-sided market where everyone wins. Corporate buyers hold on to their cash, and vendors get paid immediately. Crypto investors who provide liquidity can earn stable yields from the predictable business of companies selling actual things to each other. Traditionally, a supplier had to use something called, quote, accounts payable financing, unquote, to get paid on time. This meant begging a bank for a loan, paying them interest, and waiting weeks for approval, all for the privilege of simply accessing money that's already been earned. The premise of IO Finance is to remove these hurdles and create more frictionless payments all around. The IO team has engineered a fast and automated 4-step process that replaces accounts payable financing. 1. The supplier encrypts their invoice and puts it on the network, requesting an, quote, early payment, unquote, for a small discount. 2. The receiving company decrypts the invoice and approves it with a single, secure, on-chain signature. 3. The money from the liquidity pool is zapped across the globe to the supplier's wallet in the form of stablecoins on Hedera. 4. The buyer simply repays IO on the original due date. All parties get what they need, when they need it, with minimal friction and fees. There's no wire transfer fees, cross-border remittance delays, or loan applications. The buyer pays $0 for this service and can earn token rewards based on protocol-defined participation tiers. For the supplier, a process that once took months of chasing bankers is now over in minutes. This is what having an on-chain credit card machine means for businesses. It's a system that replaces bureaucracy with a few clicks thanks to IO's vision and Hedera. Okay. Absolutely incredible, guys. Really, really incredible stuff. And this is why I've said this before, right? Crypto as a whole is a threat to the banking system. It is. Why? Because there's just so many cheaper alternatives now. Like, as you can see here, this use case will wipe out the need for these companies to go to banks, right? DeFi, decentralized finance, if you want to get a loan and that kind of thing. If you go and do this through like Hedera, through, for example, like Bonzo Finance, you don't need to go through all the things that a bank will do, right? If you think about, cross-border payments, you'll now be able to do cross-border payments where the payments get to the other person in seconds and for literally pennies. Completely different across the globe. So the types of things that crypto can do, it is a threat to the banking system. And I'll be honest with you, I do believe this is why now they are really trying to make it so much harder for you to be able to get crypto. Like, I don't know what you guys' experience is now, but like for us in the UK, using like a typical bank account, it's not easy to get money into crypto. Like, I have a bank account with, I think, about 3 different banks, and literally 2 of them, one of them I haven't really tried, but the 2 of them, very difficult to get money into crypto because I stuck with the original 2 that I was really using. I haven't used the 3rd one yet, but I think I may at some point. But it's been really hard, like it literally, like they block the transactions. Like I'll be saying, hey, can I just transfer some money to this exchange? And it'll be blocked. It's absolutely insane. But I do think part of this is, it's the fear. It's the fear that they're not going to need to use bank accounts anymore because people will just want to use crypto wallets. You've got privacy. Well, that's if you obviously don't give away your wallet address so people know it. But, there's a lot more, benefits to using crypto technology than there is using the banking system. And this is really what, Satoshi's dream was. It was to get away from the whole centralized banking, system and entity, right? Like what it is. This is what crypto was, born and created to do. And so you can see how, think about it now, like when this really does get bigger, like looking at this use case, what company is going to want to stick to saying, hey, I'll just stick to a bank? Now, you might have it in the beginning just because right now it's still so early in crypto adoption and people don't really understand it yet. There's still a lot of people who look at crypto as magic internet money, that kind of outdated thought process. But as this gets more and more adopted and people understand that, like, this is here to stay, it is safe if you know what you're doing, it's fine. People are going to go with these alternatives because they're way better and they're way cheaper. So this is where, like, eventually with the banks, it is going to be evolve or be extinct because many of their things that they use to make money, people will go other ways. People will go to other places. Like even, for example, like using, your crypto, for example, as like collateral for a loan. Like right now, banks are not doing that, but you can do that on, crypto networks. There's also companies out there who are now allowing, collateral as crypto for a loan, a crypto-backed loan. Like these are the kind of things that are happening. So people will probably go with these companies over the banks. So that again, this is where, are they really going to want to use banks for their financial means, or are they going to want to start using crypto technology? You see what I mean? And so I think the banks are at that point now where they've realized that, this wasn't a fad. I think at the very beginning, the reason why crypto hasn't been looked at so seriously for so long is because I think they thought it was going to go away. And this is what happens when you've got people with very outdated thought processes. They don't understand these things and are not willing to be forward thinking or innovative, right? They just think, it's just a little fad. It'll come and it'll go. No, crypto technology is here and it is a very big threat to a lot of the traditional ways of doing things. A lot of things will be taken over by crypto technology rather than the traditional methods. So yeah, like this is an absolutely incredible use case. And to me, like, as I say, like give this a couple years when like crypto is more adopted and it's more regulated. I think this will be massive. I think this use case alone will be absolutely huge because there's so many companies who are going to choose this over the banking system. Unless the banking system tries to compete, right? The banking system will then have to try and compete. So they'll have to drop their rates of what they do. They will have to make it cheaper. They will have to give the funds away quicker. Because if they don't, people are just going to go for the cheaper option. It's that simple. Like as I said before, with like cross-border payments, if someone says to you, okay, you can pay, let's say, $30 and it's going to take 5 days for the payment to get to the recipient, or you can do crypto technology where it'll get to someone in the same day within a few seconds and it'll cost literally like a few cents at the most, which one are you going to choose? It's an absolute no-brainer. And so this is why with crypto technology, I said this to you guys before, if you're in the right cryptos, and for me personally, this is my opinion, I believe HBAR is one of them. Yeah, if you're willing to hold on for the long term, I think you're going to be very, very well off from this because you've managed to get into something so early that once this all actually starts to be adopted on the main scale, on the big global scale, this is going to be worth a lot more. This is like getting into Apple before it blew up, like getting into, Amazon before it really blew up. Like if you're in the right cryptos, this is what that's like. You're here when it was all still in the early, stages of adoption, but as this starts to go bigger now and accelerate, you'll have the snowball effect. And I think these cryptos that are actually like here to do things and actually have a purpose and are actually good networks, I think they're going to be very valuable in the next, coming years. So yeah, this is proof to me of that. This is proof of where things are going. And I think this is an incredible use case. I really do. And this is where, again, I just show you how much of a threat Hedera is to the banking system. It really is. Great stuff to see. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.